says we are streaming. Let's go back to... Yep, looks good on there. All right.
You want to send the link?
To
the show?
Link to the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is... I'm going to put it right at the... I'll put it right
In
at
the
the
AIE
top of the
podcast.
Yeah. Chat room, let us know when you can see and hear us. That's the... Marcus, I just put the link up there. Okay, we look good on Twitch. And chat room. Yep.
All right, we got Nabo responding.
Yep. There we go. And one more. Tweet deck? Sure. Why not?
Why doesn't it show up?
Hello, chat room.
Yeah. Nope. That won't work. That won't work. There we go. Respond here. There we go. Retweet. Okay.
Okay, good. Max sees things.
All
I
right,
think I'm going to make that challenge.
Max sees things? That's not good. Oh. Okay.
Okay, we're soft?
We're soft.
Okay.
All right.
Hang on. Let me...
Yes, we live here, Corley.
Yep, we live here. McCullough's. So am I soft?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh,
Max, am I
that's
soft?
not that kind of fine.
Ha!
I mean, if you need me to go hard, we can get this going.
All right. What's the response? Tet's a little soft. Okay. Yeah. No, we're good now. Okay. All right, Mew, this is all you. You're above me.
We're doomed.
Yeah, well.
Oh my god, we're all going to die.
I know. Okay.
How do I sound out there? Since I have the new mic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, you sound good to us.
Corley.
Dude, I have tried to get you on for a number of podcasts.
How does March 1st sound?
Yeah.
Anyways.
We'll get you on with Greebog and talk STO. How's that?
Yeah.
That's good.
March 1st, buddy. We have an opening. I will put you in these notes right now.
Don't fall and told yourself.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Oh,
get the show going.
All right. Let's get this
Well, you have
show
3
on the road.
weeks.
All righty. Starting it in 3, 2, on this episode of the AIE Podcast.
AIE in real life. Check the Discord.
Raid teams are progressing.
Happy anniversary to STO Star Trek.
Get ready for the fallen star.
I got it. I don't
Wait.
got it. And we have Lucy and Marcus who are here to talk to us about AIE in SOTOR.
Woo-woo.
All that and much more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome. Yep. Welcome to episode 337 of the podcast celebrating you, the LA Octa's game community, the Die Has Been podcast. This is Mew Cow. Greetings, guildies. And to my left, somewhere over there, is Mikala.
Hey guys, so this week in the Guild Kitchen, we're baking a orange honey poppy seed cake, recipe care of Willow, and we're also going to be baking a lemon ricotta cake for Valentine's Day evening.
And I just gained 5 pounds.
Yeah, whatever.
And that voice to my right is Tetsemi.
I have spreadsheets. I need them now for Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, so much. And with those voices, we are also joined with special guests Lucy and Marcus, who are here to talk to us about AIE and SWTOR. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. All right, so we're going to start by seeing what we've all been up to in the meat space, the real worlds, the real lives recently. And we're going to start with, on my screen, I see Tetsemi's first.
Oh, okay. Cool. What I have been up to mostly is chores, video game chores. So that means I'm playing WoW and doing the dailies, doing the invasions, doing the horrific visions, all that. So I have my cloak current. We got like 4 extra vessels for next week. But just logging in, doing the dailies, logging out, not a lot. We did do a Mythic Keystone 7 last night. That was a fun run. We didn't make it in time. It was not Mechagon, but the Goblin one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gold Mine or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
Motherlode.
Motherlode. That's what it was. And there's just a lot of trash in there. And it was a fortification sanguine week. So the mobs had 30% more health, hit 20% harder, and when they died, they dropped a puddle that buffed the mob for anyone standing in there. So it was like, attack this group, walk backward, attack, walk backward, and it was just a constant thing. But we got through it. So there'll be a piece of 460 gear sitting in the chest next week. So that's awesome. That's mostly what I've been doing. WoW. I should hit revered with both factions Monday or Tuesday. I kept forgetting to go to Dark Moon Fair and getting the rep buff, and I'm like, we're going to be in this for a few months. It doesn't matter. So been working on that and a lot of Final Fantasy 14. Finished up Hildebrand from Heavensward and Shadowbring. No.
Stormblood.
What's after Heavensward?
Stormblood?
Stormblood. Yes, I got those 2 done. And then Shadowbringer's Hildebrand isn't out yet, right?
Yeah, they still haven't, I think, quite figured out how he's going to fit into how, the whole idea of us kind of traveling somewhere else. Like, do we find his doppelganger, or does he himself somehow manage to end up over there because of the crazy stuff he gets into?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Which is kind of surprising because by 5.2 you typically hear some noises of him, so we're all kind of curious.
Like, where is he? Yeah. And then I'm starting to work on my Black Mage. So I've got her up to 23 or 24, just trying to get to 40 or to 30 so I can unlock Black Mage. But yep, that's what I've been up to.
Alrighty. Then in my screen order, I see Lucy's down there. Hey, Lucy, what have you been up to? Why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Hey, I'm Lucy. Currently, right now, I'm currently in the DC metro area because I'm traveling for work. But playing some Star Wars, playing some ESO, Lotro, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right now, it's not snowing in Maryland. It is snowing where I am from, but it is not snowing here. I tried to promise the people at work here that they would get at least one snowstorm while I was here, because that would be my luck to be snowed in a hotel.
Probably.
Of course.
Because that's
Give it a
kind of the way I work, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It was really nice today, sunny, clear. Going to rain the rest of the week.
Of course.
That's some
But
fun.
other than that, everything is great. Having a good time, eating all the food that I don't get at home, and yeah.
Cool.
Best part about traveling.
Yep.
And traveling on our list of names, let's go on over and see what McCall's been up to.
Now it's me. I've been rolling dice. Not as much dice as I'd like to be rolling, but I've been rolling some. We had our tadpole game this afternoon. Great time. So you know how sometimes you go on the side quest and you get a bunch of loot, and then it really helps you in the main quest?
Mm-hmm.
That was our session today.
So
We,
you had a video
watched-
game session.
We very much, yeah, we'd gone to a temple. We got some, we defeated what was in there. We got some really great loot. And the particular campaign we're in, we're 7th level. We don't have a ton of magic. It's not a low magic campaign. But he's been a little more cautious with it. But we got a lot of great stuff this time. And we ended up taking out this friggin' huge boss. I mean, it brought down basically our main tank right now. In 2 hits, two rounds, it took him down, but he had gotten a sash of vigor, so he went down, he popped right back up. So it
Always
was great.
good.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful, and then we were able to take him down fairly quickly, because after he took him down, he then realized he needed to take out the healer, which was me. So I'm not a big fan of that.
No.
So it was very much a video game session, but it was a great time. Besides that, I've been kind of swamped at work because I've been taking over inventory because, I don't know, Miss Dan Kenya of the ESO variety, she's in the chat, so I got to embarrass her, actually accepted a investigations team lead position, which means I need to be now both me and her.
Yep.
So...
Ooh.
So that was really exciting. I'm very proud of her. Let's see what else. We've been doing a lot of baking around here. Phoenix Fan Fusion is only 3 months, 3.5 months away, which means we are in full swing when it comes to production. I think by the time we're done with February, we should have another 10 to 12 styles of headbands out from where we were January 1st, and I need to start on jewelry.
Yep.
That's about what I've been doing.
Which is why you're cleaning the desk behind you.
Yes. Marcus, I have many Star Wars styles of headbands. I think so. So Marcus popped up. They needed a headband. I think we have a good 8 to 10 Star Wars styles. So you let me know what you need, buddy. I got you.
All right.
Well, speaking of Marcus and his need for headbands, what have you been up to?
Oh man. So podcasting, working, and letting Lucy show us how awesome a mega event could be in SOTOR.
Yep.
Woot!
It's pretty much that's just this week. My hard mode progression ops team has been running Temple of Sacrifice. At the end of the 5.0 era, that where we left off at Revan, and then, as everybody knows, with an expansion becomes a new gear grind.
Yep.
And then with a new gear grind, you have some people that might leave the team because, the best time to leave a team, in my opinion, is always at the end of an expansion. So then you're not wasting anybody's time in the new expansion.
Yep.
So we have recently finished all the ops again. Oh, wait. And I switched roles. So I went from Marauder tanking to a real tank. And so we now have progressed through all the ops as the tank, and we're back in Temple of Sacrifice. This will be week 2, and the first week the walkers I don't know if you guys have ever done Temple of Sacrifice, but if you have, they stomped us.
Yep.
We did not stomp them.
You were the
So,
sacrifices.
That's not the way you want to do it.
Nope.
That's right. And so we go back there tonight as soon as the AIE podcast is over. And hopefully we can get back to Revan as soon as possible. And for the record, McCullough, I want all of them.
Dude,
That
talk
can be
to me
arranged.
offline. We'll figure something out. As we have some, they're really cool.
Yes.
All right. And Mew, what have you been up to?
Yes. Very similar to Tets, although very very much the being bored by the chore. And I'm definitely going to call out the fact that it was very amusing to me that one night that our WoW raid team got tired of the chores, and then most of us went over to Final Fantasy 14 to finish out the
Accurate.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what, we're done with the chores. Let's go have some fun for a bit. But yeah, that's where I spend most of my time lately. I get into WoW literally to raid, to move my cloak to the next level, and then that's it. I'm back to Final Fantasy 14 on all the many ults I have, trying to do fun things. Like, the last night we did more of the map runs, which is always an interesting tempting of the RNG gods.
Yep.
And other than that, actually been trying to spend a little bit of time in Fallout 76.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I've just been in a Fallouty mood, and it's also a good timing because there's going to be some fun stuff happening, I think in a month or two, with the Wastelanders expansion, which is free if you already own the game. So that's going to bring actual, humanoid NPCs that you could talk and interact with, and rep grinds and all the other fun stuff that you typically get in Fallouts. So,
well, I know Fallout's a big activity in your household too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the you can't quite see it unless I turn, but the plethora of Fallout stuff we have behind here that I need to get all nicely set up. But yeah, we're both into that, and once that gets back into to its prime, and they've gotten a lot of the bugs out of the way. There's a few lingering ones in Fallout 76, but I think that everyone might start actually trying it out again and remembering that this game does exist, and
It's
try to
fun.
ignore it. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. However, don't make the mistake of trying to take over a workshop and forget that, by the way, that flags you for PvP,
Yeah.
because you will
Yeah, oh
suddenly...
God, yeah.
Not
I made
unless
that
you have
mistake and
Kenny's
was
crew
dead.
behind you. Then you're
Oh
fine.
yeah, I could have used a whole crew, because the two high-level stealthers just suddenly appeared, and I was dead before I knew what was going on.
Jeez.
Yeah,
But,
at that point, I think Kenny just drops a nuke on the workshop, and
Yeah.
you're done.
No, I just ended up leaving and going to another server because it's like, yeah, I don't even want any of that. But yeah, I'm hoping to see maybe a little bit more AIE interest, because I am one of those that has the private server on there, and we can very easily get a good AIE group going with our own little private server. So
Yeah,
yep,
Kenny
yep,
does
yep,
as
this
well.
is-
So
yep.
Yeah.
Nuke the workshop, walk away.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a sidebar about Kenny's comment. If you can just blow stuff up, that is her MO.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's actually easier and easier to self grab the nuke silo now.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's been the extent of it. That, and juggling a very energetic little guy that likes to go head first into everything.
Of course.
And
Thank goodness
also
he's cute.
Yes, that is his one saving grace. But I did enjoy the poppy seed cake from.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Mrs. Mew put it together.
Yeah.
About a week ago.
We're gonna be making the so yeah, that's gonna be for tomorrow night for D&D dinner.
It worked out pretty well. That's about it. So, why don't we see what else is going on
Lots of stuff.
with AIE, because we're going to be digging into SWTOR with our guests, but we want to cover this week's news everywhere else in AIE.
AIE News.
All right, and community news. PAX East 2020 is happening at the end of this month. This month right here, the one we're in right now. It is on the 27th of February until the 1st of March in Boston, Massachusetts. Very
Boston.
cool city. Yep. Where Fallout 4 is. Actually, makes me want to go visit the city.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
I love that city.
It was awesome in the game, so I can only imagine it's better in real life.
It's the second greatest city in our country.
So good.
You wonder what the first is. We'll have a lot of fellow AIEers visiting the city for the PAX East 2020, and they're planning a meetup and want to see if they can get you to join them. If anyone else is going, chime in on Discord. Passes for all 4 days are available again, so
Excellent.
check in. And a quick blurb about the mandatory fun nights across all games, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. Starting now, or 10 minutes, is the STO fun night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Starting tomorrow, Monday, is Guild Wars 2, which is 9:30 p.m. Eastern. After that, we have Tuesday, SWTOR, sounds familiar, the 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. max time. Wednesday is when Final Fantasy XIV does their thing at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Fridays are very crowded with ESO starting at 9 p.m. Eastern and Final Fantasy XIV Late Night Edition starting at 11 p.m. And then even more crowded Saturdays, we start with Lord of the Rings Online at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by New Braid in WoW starting at 11 p.m. Eastern, and the Final Fantasy XIV Maps Night at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Excellent. All right. And we have your raid team news and progression. Better late than never is 12 for 12 on normal and 3 for 12 on heroic. As of 2/8, they're looking to add some more heroic kills on Monday night. DOA, also known as Dead on Arrival, also known as DOA, is 8 for 12 on normal. Behind the Curve is not that far behind the curve at 7 for 12 on normal. FERT is 1 of 12 on normal. And United Orgrimmar Horde Pango Classic is 6 for 10 on Molten Chlor.
Yep.
Death Star Troopers has been running HMTOS. And that is your raid team progression news.
Yep.
I have to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So I'm guessing, is normal like story mode in SWTOR? Heroic is hard mode, or is heroic like nightmare?
It's
LFR story
LFR's story mode. Normal is just normal. Heroic would be God, because it goes LFR, normal, heroic, mythic. So mythic is the hardest. So is nightmare the hardest?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so mythic is nightmare. So we actually have 4 levels. I think SWTOR only has 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And Final Fantasy has all weird number of
Yeah.
The normal, we have Savage, we have
Extreme.
I think there's even an ultimate.
Yeah.
Or we don't just go all out. But I did want to mention that horseshoes and hand grenades, horseshoes, one of the two, the H&H, is 2 out of the 12 in heroic.
Nice.
After going, I think 8 and 12 in normal.
Very cool. All
Excellent
right.
job.
And in streaming and guild podcast news, SWTOR Escape Podcast 325. Greetings from Keith. 6.1 is almost here, and then we get notes from Keith and Charles on what's next. And SWTOR Escape Pod 326, Secret Shady Merchant. This week they did a live walkthrough of the mission to unlock the somewhat secret Shady Merchant on Meksha. And in Working Class Nerds, which is
Hey, we know
what
that
Marcus
dude.
is part of, along with Nick, episode 64, interview with Jackie Chow. No, is it Chow?
Cow.
That's right. Marcus and Nick sit
He
down
was
with
awesome.
former BioWare game developer and current Gearbox game developer Jackie Chow. Jackie worked on SWTOR, The Old Republic for BioWare for about 3.5 years, and the guys picked his brain and had a fun time. And it's a good interview. I listened to it this morning. Definitely, it's a good talk.
It was really fun because, believe it or not, so we were trying to get him on the show when he worked for BioWare, and it was kind of like delay after delay after delay. Oh, we're not ready, not ready, not ready. And then as soon as he gave his notice, I reached out to him and he's like, yes, let's do this right away.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Because we have a lot to say. And it helped that Nick and him at the cantina kind of connected because they both went to UConn,
Right.
and they were alumni. So it was just, it was great to have that spark and that connection.
Yeah.
And the best things, like, during the show, it was great. And then after the show, it was even better because he got into a little more details about the stuff he talked about in the interview that he wouldn't put on the show. So it was really fun.
Awesome.
Very cool. Definitely worth a listen to.
Okay. Oh, not me.
Nope, it's me. We are
It is
talking about Nomads. All right, so Division 2 has some renewed interest lately. Some changes are coming to the game soon with the impending release of Episode 3 and a new flamethrower specialization. Everyone loves a good flamethrower.
Can you really specialize in a flamethrower? I mean, it's kind of like pull, trigger, aim, go, right?
But you want to actually go where it's supposed to go.
Are you more of a side-to-side flamethrower guy, or are you going to like lift it up to get the distance? That's the specializations. But yeah, the new spec coming in. There's about 3 or 4 new folks added to the clan lately. If you'd like to get into the clan, you must have the base of operations staff member Grace Larson unlocked. You can then search for Aleayakta-esque and apply. You can also shout out in the Division 2 Discord channel for help. Folks are always willing to help with the weekly dailies and leveling. If you have questions, track down Duris or just ask in the Discord channel.
Excellent. All right. And in WoW news, the new guild invite system is working great. This month is Dignitas. The system is also open to Alliance members. And Raid Finder 1 wing is open. You can find some more information on Wowhead under rank 3 reputation essence.
Oh, I was going to talk about that. Yep, sorry.
Never mind. Tet is going to help fill that in because, he put it in there.
Yep, sorry. I forgot to fill it
and
up.
didn't expand it.
Hey,
Tet, what's going on with the rank 3 reputation essence and Uldum?
So in Uldum, there is a rank 3 essence, and it used to be at Exalted. They moved that down to Revered once the Mythic World first race was essentially over and won by complexity limit. As soon as that happened, they hot fixed it and said, okay, we're going to move it down to from Exalted down to Revered. So if you have gotten to Exalt or gotten to Revered, make sure you check with the quartermaster for them. Pick that up. It's a good essence to have.
Yeah, it's kind of like once the mythic has been downed, that's kind of when they consider the raid has finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So the rest of us, maybe playing this for a few months later, but that's when they consider it done.
Yeah. Well, they make it their job to, they work 2 weeks and then they pick up their streaming and go from there. Also, in WoW Classic, Blackwing Lair is now live on Tuesday. Plenty of new content and the new rush to the Encourage farm. And yeah, I'm going to do it because did someone say Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? Yeah, Wind Fury, it's out.
Nice. Hey, Wind Fury. Sorry.
Exactly.
Had to be a troll there.
All right. On the other side of things, in Final Fantasy XIV news, the map nights, which I mentioned earlier, are Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern and are still happening. Come get Gil, temp the RNG primals, and enjoy some fun times.
Yep. And they're aimed at level 80s, so...
Yes, there are level 70 versions, level 60 versions. If enough people said, hey, we want to try the 70 versions, I'm sure we can easily get that. Or, hey, we want to do the 60, that's fine. Yeah, there's ones for each tier. But yeah, we're definitely focusing on the 80. Those are the easiest. Those are the cheapest to get right now. And they, of course, give lots of fun stuff. The raid team that's in Final Fantasy XIV has been having some success with getting to know each other during the Titania Extreme. As their efforts have picked up in the new year. most folks are still chatting in Discord daily. If you have questions or want help with something, that's always a great place to find someone at pretty much any hour. And in coming content news, we do have 5.2 Echoes of the Fallen Star coming. Release date has been announced to be the 18th of February. The Moogle event will go away at that time. So if you're after that Namazu necklace, do your dungeons now. Lots of MSQ roulette. The patch site has finally been updated to be more than just a bullet list. Find that at the main site, Shadowbringers patch 5.2, in the show notes as well. The reason why we are curious about this new patch for the guild is that they happen to feature a little bit of a fishing trip. And we're kind of hoping to get some AIE fishing trips in our future. It looks like you get to charter out a boat and your party goes out fishing and strange things can happen, apparently. So I think it'll be exciting.
Excellent.
There'll be a duty commenced North America on February 12th, so there should be some community shenanigans there. They also announced the Fan Fest for this year. They're doing the North America Fan Festival in San Diego this year, and a very familiar time of year. They're doing it November 6th and 7th. So if you are looking forward to doing the Fan Fest, it'll be in the San Diego Convention Center, normally where they have San Diego Comic-Con. Same
Neat.
place. Yeah, it's a big center.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm curious just how much of that place they're going to use. But yeah, it definitely makes me wonder what BlizzCon's going to be doing this year.
Yeah. We speculated pre-show, but speculation is what it is. But I think the guys on Unshackled Fury looked at the Anaheim Convention public calendar and looked, and there's like no dates in November where they could fit BlizzCon in with load in time, load out time. There wasn't a block, but we'll see. Maybe
Interesting.
they're doing it August. Maybe they're doing October. Who knows?
Maybe they're skipping a
Maybe
year.
it's a skip year.
Yeah, very could be.
I doubt it. That's a whole
Yeah.
biased drinks. We'll have that discussion off air,
There you go.
or just come here and I'll make gin drinks and we'll be fine.
He will. Yeah, just want to have 3 before the second one.
We have gin, we have whiskey. It's all good.
It's stocked.
Yeah.
It's well stocked.
I'll
All
be there in March.
Excellent.
In ESO news, the Hero Storm DLC game pack comes out on February 24th for the PC and Mac, and consoles on March 10th. There'll be two new dungeons as part of the DLC. Starts at the beginning of the Dark Heart of Skyrim year-long adventure. New dungeons are Ice Reach and Unhallowed Grave, and will have new gear sets, including a new monster set, style pages, dyes, and furnishings that can drop. At the same time the DLC is launched, Update 25 will happen for the base game that will have performance updates, an overhaul to patching, and some fixes and balance changes. And a reminder, MFN for February 28th will start at 9 p.m. Eastern as usual and will evolve running both of the new dungeons as time permits.
All right. And in STO news, they're doing a ton of things right now in game to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Woohoo! There are new ships coming. They even have a humble bundle with comics and a ship bundle for STO, some of which they've been talking about in the main STO channel. The anniversary is always a great time, but they keep going along with. They keep going with this one.
Yeah, they just
Also,
kept
if you've not
adding more and more stuff to it, so
nice, it's like you get a starship and you get a starship. And
pretty much.
speaking of STO, we've been watching Picard and it's real good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely worth a watch.
Oh yeah.
And in other parts of space, Eve, they are living in their new home. Toots, however, has been away from keyboard sick. Industrial capacities in the new home and the new PvE is as well as at full strength. Building up the Alliance and Coalition Superhighway as ADMs strengthen. The Russians are cloaky camping with goons because apparently AIE is just making too much money. So
Yep.
Right.
gotta go where the money is.
Exactly. In Guild Wars 2, just a reminder that there is a World Boss Hunt on Friday, February 28th, starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right, and in LOTOR, Riders of Rohan is expected to hit the legendary servers this week. Stay tuned in the LOTOR channel for an upcoming special event, multiple.
And with all that out of the way, let's get back to Marcus and Lucy and find out what's
Woohoo!
going on in SWOTOR. That's where we pull you in.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, Lucy, why don't you
What?
tell everybody what magic happened on Friday?
So in the past, we've done Where in the Galaxy is Sema San Diego. We hide Sema on a planet in a remote location, and we give everybody clues in order to find her. So last year, they did one of the higher level planets. So thinking about some of the lower level characters that we have in game, Marcus and I talked about it, and we decided to go with a lower level planet. So we went on to Balmora, and we hid Sema, and Sema was kidnapped by her grandfather.
Oh my.
So the world boss on Balmora is called the grandfather. So
Mhm.
Sema hid by the grandfather. She had no food and water. And so everybody came in. There were 6 or 7 people who were there. At one point in the initial spot, we have everybody go out and kill some mobs and come up with some. Usually, it's just trash items. When Marcus and I did a run through, it was just him and I. Well, there were 6 or 7 people, so it was interesting because at one point Thon had was trying to buy trash items, and he started off at 10,000 gold per fang, and at one point I think it got up to about 60,000 gold for one fang. He created an economy and a bidding war in
Nice.
general chat because that's kind of how Thon rolls.
Talk about creating some content, dude.
It was hilarious because they said, "What are the rules?" And I just said, "Look, you have to use taxi points to travel." And Lucy said, "That's all we need for rules." And then all of a sudden, in general chat, you see, "I'll pay 25K per sharp fang for trash items," and people were like,
Oh my
"Are you
God, that's
serious?" He said, "I'm
awesome.
absolutely serious. I'm trying to win."
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing.
So they went through. Max was stuck on the top of a building, and he offered 1,000,000 credits if somebody could manage to get to him on top of the building. Nobody was successful.
Oh, I love jump puzzles.
Yep.
No one was successful. It was really funny.
Uh-huh.
From there, the final point was I told the first person to show up, you need to go find Sema's grandfather. He's oppressing her. So, and you need to engage Sema's grandfather.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Marcus and I had expected them. It's a world boss. Expected one person engaging is going to die.
Right.
Well, it was a healer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
at that point, it was kind of like, well, you just need to engage and keep engaging, and yeah.
Yeah.
So finally, we told them, stop healing yourself.
Right.
Yeah, because
Nobody's gonna
wasn't
save you.
the final clue was you will die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we saved Sema. She was returned to the fold intact. We got her rehydrated and got her some food,
Good.
and she was good to go. It was a great night. We had a lot of fun across the board. Yeah, I had a blast planning it. I had a blast with Marcus trying to figure out what we wanted to do. So I thank you,
great.
Marcus, for pulling me in. We had fun.
Yeah.
It
And
it
Max
was
says
a lot
the
of
guy
fun.
on the fleet was up to 300K credits by the end.
Well, once they know you're offering money for something, people just keep offering, saying, "We want more. We want more."
Yeah.
I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on the Max hiding. So
Mhm.
when Max wants you to find him, he always goes to the most peculiar places
Yeah.
and makes it really hard for you to find him. So when somebody lands to the taxi point during the event and they have to find you, so then you have to find him or them, whoever it is, to get your clue. So he always finds the most odd location and makes it a little harder. And then he always throws in a little bit of, there's the picture of it.
Right.
He's on the top of something. So it was really fun. I would say the best part of this event is the planning, right? So Lucy and I go into the planet, going around killing stuff, chatting. It's almost like you're building that relationship to be able to host this event together and run it seamlessly. And she did such a great job. Next month, Corley is planning something for the Mega, which I don't think we're ready to announce it yet, but it's going to be Mega.
Always.
Always mega.
But other than that, in SOTOR, one of the devs posted that we will be getting some crazy stuff in 2020.
Mhm.
So when somebody says crazy stuff, the speculation goes crazy. People are losing their minds because, I've seen, we're getting two raids, 2 flashpoints and an expansion. We're going to get a whole new engine for the game. The speculation is running wild.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's they need to tamper those expectations, or they're going to run into what they did with, Diablo and on Blizzard side.
Right. The most likely idea is that our Darth Malgus will sprout some tentacles and come under the power of the old gods, and we will get lapels as a
Lalafels.
playable.
Okay.
Right.
Wait a minute.
That's a bit crazy.
Wait a minute. Did SEMA write that, or did Abovan take over SEMA and write that? Because that's an Abovan line right there.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
But if you're a subscriber and you have not logged in super recently, you should hop in because they're giving away a subscriber reward. It's a new Tauntaun. It's the Imbaran Patrol Tauntaun, and you get it instantly. So the second you're subscribed, you log in, it's there in your mailbox. You have a new mount to ride. But if you aren't a subscriber, you have until February 29th to earn this mount.
Awesome. And then Lucy, I think you guys have had a couple MFNs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple of MFNs. We've done the Terror from Beyond, and we had several people within our 16-man group who had not been there. So we went in and we went to the Terror from Beyond, and the Darth Malgus with tentacles kind of comes from the Terror from Beyond. So it was kind of funny, but we went in and we rolled up to the last boss, and we were just about out of time. But because we had a couple of people who had not been there, we turned and we went in, no explanations. Well, the final boss in Terror from Beyond is you kill a bunch of tentacles and you kill a bunch of little mobs who come running up, and you avoid the little guys who come running at you, and he spits at you, and then you get sucked into another dimension. So at that point, and you have to jump from platform to platform to kill things. We went in with no explanations. So, but we managed to kill it all at once. We did it in one go, and it was great. The number of achievements flowing across the screen at the end was good. Everybody survived. It was a lot of fun. And then last Tuesday, we did. What did we do? Oh, we went and we did Karaga's Palace. So we went and killed the hut we were looking for. One of the guys was on a new tank, and he wanted the Taco Bell hat. Well, no luck on the Taco Bell hat. It didn't drop.
Aw.
But that one was a lot of fun too, and we pulled that one off. We finished it right on time, and we had a great time. MFN is great. BC does a fabulous job running it, and he takes care of. Yeah, Friday night we really needed BC because we were like herding cats.
Yep.
He's very good at herding cats.
And running a weekly event isn't easy.
No.
Because every week you have the usual suspects that come, but you never know who is going to come.
Right.
So, you never know if you're going to be down healers, tanks, even DPS, or maybe just you get a group full of people that have never done it before, the content that you're running. And, so it takes a special person to run that, and he took that over a year ago or something.
Yeah.
And he's done a great job.
Wonderful.
Yeah, well, and the other challenge is he's essentially doing it for 2 games because he does it for the pub and the imp side. I know Marcus doesn't acknowledge the pub side, but there are 2 sides to the game, and he has to balance it for both sides, so it's awesome.
I acknowledge it. I'd rather kill stuff than befriend them.
I know.
Yeah,
You give in to the
sometimes
dark
just wanna burn
side.
So play a dark side.
I can't play the dark side at all. All my tunes are light side. I can't do it.
You crack me up, Marcus.
I know.
That's what
And
I'm here for.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Seema's internet was also out during the mega, so she had to use her cell phone as a hotspot to get into the game to participate. Did that get resolved, or was she on the hotspot the whole time?
Oh, I don't know.
She started off on the hotspot, but then she said I think she said she just disconnected her phone.
Gotcha.
And it worked out. Her internet automatically picked her up. So yeah, that one was
okay.
a fun.
Very cool. Oh, it got resolved during the fight. There we go.
Of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
That's awesome. So Marcus, what else has been going on in SOTOR or the greater AIE community? Because I know with all the stuff that Marcus, Charles, Eric, and Keith have been dropping, you said there's rampant speculation. We're supposed to get a little content update in February. What are you looking forward to in SOTOR upcoming?
All of it. For me, I mostly run operations, so I guess once you start progressing in operations, the new ones, you're working on one at a time, and then once that one's done, then you're moving on to the next one.
Right.
But I'm curious to see where they go with the story, because they said that they made it very clear that it wasn't going to be Rise of Skywalker in SOTOR.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're nipping that in the bud in the upcoming 6.2, I think it is.
Yeah.
And that, it's almost going to be a sequel, or no, the conclusion of
It's
the
the
Knights of
postlude.
series.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And they're going to give us the finale of that. And then at the same time, he mentioned Satil Shan. So as soon as he said that, now has the Emperor taken over Satil Shan?
Right.
And now, or is she dark side now? Did she turn into a Sith?
Right.
The
Yeah.
speculations are just going crazy. And I'm curious to see it, because I don't know if it was in Onslaught or in the OSIS storyline, we got a little snippet where Malgus said there was somebody he had to answer to as well. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping that that's the new antagonist for the game.
Makes sense.
And they're just kind of and they're kind of pushing Kira and Scourge, who have been missing for a long time, to help us close out the whole Emperor storyline. And I'd like to it would be cool to get somebody like a Thrawn
Mhm.
kind of character,
Always.
as the antagonist in the future, where maybe he's not a Sith wielder. I mean, a Force user.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to what's coming. But I'm trying to think what else we have.
Yeah, because just trying to resolve that storyline, because if you play on the pub side, normally you've destroyed all the Sith facilities. If you play on the Sith side, you wiped out the Republic fleet, or if you did the traitor side, then, flip. But so the state of the galaxy right now is not something that they could just put the puzzle pieces together and make it all nice and continue one story going forward. There's a lot of there's a lot of loose ends they have to tie up, I think, before they jump into the next storyline.
What do you think, Lucy?
Well, you have to think about, so Satil Shan has a family history of dark side, light side
Yeah.
because of Revan.
Yep.
Because she is a descendant of Revan and Bastila Shan. So you kind of, who knows? Maybe she'll go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the story. I agree that right now there is a whole lot of wiggle room because every time you did the story, you did it whether you were pub or imp, it didn't matter. You came up with a different conclusion.
Yeah.
Whether you did pub side and a saboteur, whether you did imp side and a saboteur, it was interesting. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how they progress it.
And I also want to see, because they kind of drop hints with the Thrawn's race.
The chess?
Chiss,
The
thank you.
Chiss. Yeah, with the whole Chiss ascendancy, you had that whole, we're working closer with them, and all that as part of the alliance. And then that kind of got resolved, but there's story beats there too that I'd like to see them explore, because that really seems like that's a good, area to go explore.
It should be an exciting year, and then I guess you may want to say it's disappointing, maybe, or it's exciting at the same time. But they're really excited for 2021.
Yeah.
They keep talking about the big 10-year
Mhm.
anniversary,
Gosh.
and I almost feel, I don't want to say that is 2020 going to be a fluff year
Right.
because they're saving all the big stuff for 2021. I'm not really sure, but if it's as big as they say that it's going to be for the 10th anniversary,
hmm
I can get behind that, because the one thing about the game now compared to before, when, what was his name? The old producer, Ben Irving, I feel like there was a lot of talk, and I feel like since Keith has come on as the game producer, it's been a lot of action. If he said it's coming, it's coming.
Yeah. So what you're saying is basically 2021 SOTOR remastered. Got it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Did you guys, yeah. So did you guys play the Warcraft 3?
I have
Reforged?
I have the
I stayed away
Warcraft
from
3
that for a while.
remastered. It's on my launcher. I haven't played it yet because I actually want to sit down and dedicate some time to it, and I keep getting sucked back into other games. So I was kind of waiting until the first big patch that they're talking about to get some of these bugs and stuff out of the way, and then I was going to dive into it.
Yep, same here.
Why is the world ending? Because it's not perfect.
Because it's Blizzard. Blizzard has in the past always said, we're not going to release a game until it's polished to the way we think it should be, and then we'll release it. And the game was already delayed a month because it was supposed to be out by the end of December of last year. And then for them to release it in the condition they released it, which, for any other game manufacturer, I think everyone would have gone, okay, it's fine. But when Blizzard does it, everyone's like, what happened to your quality control? Where to go? This is not Blizzard quality of what we've been expecting based on their past games.
And there was also missing stuff that was in the BlizzCon builds. Like some of the cinematics were changed to lesser versions, and of course what everyone was really upset that I saw were the people that were playing the regular version that had the regular version kind of neutered in order to support the new one. So even if you didn't buy the new game, your old version of the game was essentially broken.
Yep. So if you had the original Warlords, which had all the it had the lobby and the custom games and all that, as soon as they launched Remastered, all that went away. And now when you try and launch the old game, it either tells you to install Remastered or launches Remastered if you have it instead of the old game. So
The only way to go back is to reinstall the old one from a CD copy and don't let it upgrade past a certain point.
Wow.
yeah, because you can't
Oof.
even get the download for the old game from the Blizzard Classic games like you used to on the website. It just goes to Warcraft 3 Remastered and wants you to install that. And then
But
the other
It kind of
huge piece of it, and I know why they did this, and it's a corporate decision. It makes sense from a money perspective, but anything you create in their game engine in Warcraft 3, they have the IP rights to, and everyone's up in arms about that. But that's what launched Dota 2
Yeah.
or Dota, and eventually Dota 2, League of Legends. That whole genre came out of the old Warcraft 3 engine. And so they don't want somebody essentially doing game development in their engine and not getting a piece of it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That
from
makes
a
that does
corporate
make perfect
standpoint.
sense.
Yeah. But it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. So
Because essentially you're stopping progression of gaming.
well, you're
Because-
stifling creativity because it's like, oh, that's a really cool
Yes.
thing we developed. Blizzard says, yeah, we own that now. Let's go figure out how we can market that and sell it. It's because you developed it in our game engine. So it'd be like somebody developing an add-on for WoW and then Blizzard saying, oh, we own that now. So we're going to, I realize they encompass add-ons in the WoW game now, based on people's, ideas and stuff, but the add-ons themselves are free. But it'd be like if you developed a $5 add-on and could sell it for $5, and the Blizzard goes, oh, that's a good idea. We're just going to take that idea and make it ours.
Incorporate it.
Yeah.
Right.
So Marcus, it's a lot of little things that on top of the previous year that Blizzard had with the last, 2 BlizzCons ago, the Diablo Immortal, that whole thing, it just seems like it's a bunch of PR missteps and not communicating well and then trying to clean up behind it instead of getting out ahead of it and communicating ahead of time.
Yeah, I think pleasing the Blizzard population must be hard because for so many
Yeah.
years, Blizzard was just Blizzard. And then you throw a corporate business into it, and some of the models are going to change no matter what. Even if the mentality inside Blizzard is the same, something's going to change.
Yeah.
And the problem is every time they misstep, it's magnified and covers up all the good, stuff that they do, because you just assume, oh, they did something good. That's what Blizzard is supposed to do. Oh, they did something bad, take them to task and yell at them and complain. But it's also magnified by this whole YouTube clickbait, negative attitude that some of the content creators out there have, which is why I'm so glad to listen to things like Working Class Nerds, Azeroth Roundtable, the Escape podcast, because even when you guys discuss something negative, you guys still put it in a good light and make it, like, we understand this isn't the best, but we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see what happens, as opposed to, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world. They're, company's gone to heck in a handbasket.
It's more fan than fanatic, which sometimes can have a negative connotation.
Yep. Exactly. And Lucy, I did play Warlords. I saw your. I was on the Horde side, so I didn't have to do what the Alliance did, trying to get on that helicopter. That was ridiculous.
Oh no, mine was. I was on the Horde side too, and trying to. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
I played in AIE for years, but
Yeah.
we
Trying to
we-
click
we finally-
the telescope
the-
on the Horde side.
yes,
Yeah.
the telescope where you
Yeah.
had 5 million people all standing on the exact same location because their sharding didn't work to save its life.
Yeah. Exactly. Thankfully, they've gotten that a lot better. But if anyone's interested about the whole Blizzard, thing, I think it was either Engadget or one of the other magazines, just put out an interesting article. One of the producers that was on Gears, which was an independent game company, just got hired to direct Diablo 4. And in the industry, he's kind of known as a closer / cleanup director. We're like, okay, we're going to make this and it's going to hit the deadlines and it's going to be good. And so it's interesting to see, with all the talent they've lost, who they're bringing in to help get things back on track.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I thought, Mew, didn't you think that was an interesting hire?
I did, and I'm curious how well it's going to work, because that's just not how Blizzard works, and I've seen what happens when Activision forces them to work
Yeah.
the way they don't work, and it's always been bad. So
Yeah.
we've seen it publicly at least twice now when they force a change down the road. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I always hope that things will go well, but this time around I'm not optimistic. So
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. But Marcus, Lucy, we want you guys were wonderful to be on. Anything else about Star Wars? Let's get back to the topic.
Right.
Anything about Star Wars you guys want to cover before we get out of here?
Come on, Lucy, nothing. So we have if you want to play, come say hello in the Discord. We have 5 ops teams running.
Yep.
5.
Wow.
We have 1 progression and then 4 ops teams running all the time. Then we have mandatory fun nights every Tuesday at 9 p.m. real world time, not max time.
Huh.
That doesn't even compute with me. And yeah, there's always something fun going. Look for megas once a month. And this month's mega was all possible from Lucy.
Yay. Thank you, Lucy.
Yay.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thanks, guys. We had a blast.
Yeah. And thank you for being on. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, no, and it sounds like it's doing a lot of fun and just different stuff in Sojo. And I love the fact that you're able to kind of run with it and just do something new and unusual and a fun event. And, the care and feeding of Sima. We need to make sure we take care of her.
Alrighty. Sounds like that might be our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting new titles, we want to thank Marcus and Lucy for joining us. So thank you very much again.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
we'll
for
see
having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Sounds like you might be doing some stuff after the show. So, are you going to be doing any streaming of what you're doing after the show? I thought you said you were doing a run.
Yep. So I'm sure one of our raid team members will be streaming. I don't because I'm too busy floor tanking like Kenny.
Right.
It's important.
He's the Kenny of SOTOR.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you have any questions or comments about our show, email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. Follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Ted always tweets out when we'll be going live, when we have guests, lots of fun stuff. Mew is at The Mew Cow. I am at Cyberwave, and Ted is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Join our chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org/podcast-live-stream. Our Discord server is aie-guild.org info/discord. Our theme, of course, was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
And now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including overly dramatic news from @Hunts the Wind.
Yay!
And as a programming note, our next show will be in 3 weeks due to some real life scheduling conflicts. So March 1st, we'll be talking with, and I'm just going to say Corley because we need to bring him on anyway.
Right, Corley.
So, yep. So it's official. You've been voluntold. So until then, AIE. This is Mewcow.
This is Makala.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay!
Yay! Oh, those are some good ones.
Yeah.
I'm loving the alliteration.
Yeah. So Marcus and Lucy, you guys get to pick the show titles.
Yep.
Or make up your own. It's entirely up to you. I put them at the bottom of the show notes in case you guys need them.
When do you like?
This one's all you, Lucy.
No, it's not. It's both of us.
If
Oh,
not,
all
I'm
you.
told. If not, I
All
mean,
you.
Lucy Lets Loose is pretty good.
I
Man,
like that.
Yeah.
really good.
All right. And last call for show titles, chat room. If not-
Going.
Yep.
Going. Gone.
All right. Thank you, chat room. I am going to go ahead and kill the stream. Thank you, chat room, as always. We'll see you in 3
Thank you.
weeks. 3 weeks.
3